Hey, this is John from the Autistic Pro, and today I'm going to be starting a new series about sensory overload stories. So these are stories of what led up to, what happened during, and after about sensory overload. And so to get more of these stories, make sure that you hit subscribe and sign up for notifications for this channel, and let's get started. So for those of you not familiar with ASD, one of the things we experience is called sensory overload. That's where we experience our sensory stimuli differently than other people. A lot of times we are hypersensitive to things that we touch, taste, hear, or smell. Or some people can also be hyposensitive, where they experience it almost dulled. So for me, a lot of times I experience sensory overload as something auditory and as something visual. And so in honor of the start of football season, I guess we're a little past the start, but whatever, and fall, I'm going to be talking about a fantasy football story. So I was new at this workplace, had been there for roughly 6 months, and I was invited to participate in a fantasy football league. And so I thought this was a good opportunity to, get to know my coworkers and try to form some friendships. I've always been, had difficulty forming outside connections with coworkers, so I thought, cool, this is a great opportunity. And they were going to be holding a live fantasy draft at a coworker's house. And so, coming into this situation, first off, there are a lot of people that I don't know. So, my nerves are a little bit up right there. It's, always been difficult to introduce myself to new people. Then secondly, I I'm not very good at small talk, to be honest. I'm getting better. It's something I'm working on, but I don't. It's difficult when there's not a set topic, a common topic like at work where you have a task, and so you have kind of a natural stage to talk from. It's a task-oriented thing. This is a lot different when it's so free and open, and and then the fact that I didn't know where this guy's house was. It's in a side of town I'm not really very familiar with. So all of that right there put me at threat level orange, just to start with. And so I get to this guy's house, and I'm one of the first people there. And so, at first, it's mostly people I know. I'm coping. I'm not ever going to be Mr. Sociable, but I'm dealing okay. Slowly more people filter into the house, or into the apartment, and the noise level just starts just rising slowly, and people are breaking off into all of these little conversations in the kitchen, a couple in the living room. There's people holding the actual draft themselves. And that's where it really starts for me, is just any place where it's a confined space, there's lots of conversations going on. I'm already flustered. It just gets to a point where I can't really separate all of these conversations. And so my mind is bouncing from here to this conversation and getting bits of every conversation. And so, a lot of times in the past, what I've done is, I just kind of stay quiet and kind of just nod and just try to deal the best that I can. And so, it probably looks weird, but whatever. And then, there's the extra stuff that also starts piling on top of it. So there's hot foods like pizza and sliders and things like that being served. So you're getting all those smells. thrown at you, and I have celiac disease, so I can't actually enjoy a lot of that stuff with gluten in it. Um, and so, I'm dealing with hunger because it's about dinner time as well. And then, if somewhere kind of midway through the night, I'm just kind of lounging back on this giant beanbag at this person's house, and this guy's dog just comes up to me and just for some reason will not leave me alone. Is just nuzzling me all in my face, is licking me constantly, and I'm just getting really tense. The fur is so itchy, um, and it's just I'm reaching that point where I'm just shutting down. And so as the night goes on, it's my turn to draft someone. I'm just up there back as fast as I can, just trying to get it over with. And so by the end of the night, I'm just hanging on by a thread. I have found a rocking chair in the back corner. I'm off by myself, just rocking. And I think that's something a lot of people on the spectrum can probably relate with when they get this high stress, high anxiety. They start stimming in some ways. So one of the things I do is probably more socially acceptable is just that rocking motion just is soothing. And so I'm just kind of rocking in this rocking chair, just trying to hold on. And so if you take the viewpoint of everybody else at the party, there's the new guy off in the corner by himself, rocking. At the very least, this guy is seeming super shy, super uncomfortable. And at worst, is it, oh, he doesn't like us, he is not enjoying himself, doesn't like being around us, all these other things, that just adds an extra barrier to connecting with these people that you work with. And just makes it hard to make these connections, especially at an event like this, which is really commonplace. There are office parties and all kinds of stuff like that. That's just a normal part of working in the office. And that's something I just really can't enjoy, like most people, unfortunately. So coming away from it, I'm trying to learn to be a little more choosy about the environments that I put myself into, because if I don't go to every party, I will miss out on some things. But there's, on the other hand, why put myself through that stress, um, knowing that that's going to be a very uncomfortable environment for me. Um, and, I have that same reaction in noisy restaurants, in bars especially, and other places. So it's just something that I just really would rather not deal with. And so maybe that makes me kind of a homebody by default, but that's okay. That's who I am. So anyways, if you've got stories like this that you'd like to share, make sure you drop a comment below and let me know about where you've experienced some sensory overload at a party or get together of some kind. Make sure you also hit like and subscribe to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you later.